Afternoon all, we'll call the September 3, 2025 meeting of Greenwood Board of Public Works and Safety to order at 5:30 p.m. Amanda, can you give us a roll call, please?
Mr. Hoover.
Here.
Mr. Rutherford.
Here.
Mr. Coleman.
Here.
I understand the minutes from our last meeting of August 18 are still undergoing some review and need technical correction, so we will table those until our next meeting, which will be
September 15th.
September 15th. That brings us to Mr. Napier, first on the agenda.
Evening board.
Good evening.
Jack Napier, Street Department. I am here tonight seeking approval to install a stop sign at the northeast corner of Newell at Kilbourne Drive. It is on Fryer Road. Currently, there's only one stop sign in that intersection. We're adding another one to that corner. And across the street to the west, there's an apartment complex that's private. They're gonna have their own. So essentially making a three-way stop with inbound traffic having the right of way.
Anybody making this particular request? From OMS or
Yeah, I believe it came from OMS and CDS.
questions for Jack?
I'll second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Jack. Mr. Petty. Good evening, Todd.
Afternoon, just here tonight to request approval the purchase of a 2025 Hyster H60A 6,000-pound forklift for a street department in the amount of $37,789.56, and this we pay for with funds that are on hand.
Questions for Todd?
For approval.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Next, John Thomas and SLB Pipe Solutions, Combined Sewer and Nell Sewer Abandonment Project.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
I'm here to request a detour of Brewer Street from Noble to Lockton. The detour will go from Noble to Smart Street down to Lockton, and we're requesting that from the 10th of September to the 13th of October. We're installing sewer main and 2 sewer laterals.
September 10th to October 13th, is that what you
Yes, sir.
said? Have you talked with the city officials about detour routes and things like that?
We have talked to Red and
I've talked with Paul, we've submitted the plan.
Yeah.
It's I think there's 15 homes that will be affected. So through traffic, obviously we'll still be able to get in there, but it's just closing the road down to any traffic that may come through that.
You figure out notification of schools and public safety entities and the normal
Yeah,
things.
put out all those notifications.
Is Meridian Street back open?
Meridian Street is open. It will still have to have repair done in the project, but it is open right now.
I'll move for approval. I'll second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, good luck.
Thank you.
Next. Michael Morgan. Volte report. Bridge Top Section 1. Anybody here or online to,
He's on. Here we go.
Mr. Morgan?
Hey, good evening, guys. How are you?
Good evening, we're well, how are you?
Doing well. Just looking to try to get the acceptance for Ridgetop Section 1, the acceptance of performance guarantees, and the acceptance and execution of the final plat.
Paul, everything okay in your world for this?
everything's fine. They paid the 1/3 SAF that's required to release the plat, so yes, it's all good.
I move that we approve the request.
I'll second that, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Rick, have a good evening.
Thanks, everybody.
Adam Mears, we'll talk about Scottsdale Estates Section 6.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here with Gradison Land Development, Adam Mears. We're looking to get going on our Section 6. We provided the inspection and testing agreements to Paul, along with performance guarantees to get going. Ask that you accept those.
Everything's good to go.
All's good.
I'll move to approve it.
Thanks.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passed. Thanks,
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Tina Swisher from Skanab, Project Barbecue.
Yes, good evening.
Good
I'm
evening.
joining online here this evening asking for acknowledgement that we have completed our improvements and the acceptance of those improvements, along with acceptance of the maintenance guarantees that we have submitted to Mr. Peony. And we also ask for release of the performance guarantees.
All again, is everything okay in your world? I'm the curious one when you say barbecue. Where's this at? Where's Warrensville Common Center? Is it by Sheik?
Collins and Allen Road,
Oh, it's farther out. Okay.
that southeast quadrant.
Okay. I'm with you.
It was a FedEx facility for trucking mostly. I don't know.
Yes, it's the FedEx freight facility.
Yeah, it's in front on Allen Road.
Skinell always comes up with the most unique names.
Yeah.
I move that we approve the request.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Tina.
Thank you all. Have a great evening.
Don't see Greg here in person, but is he here online for Elmwood Estates?
Yep, I'm here, guys. How you doing?
Good, Greg. How are you?
I'm good. Greg Benter with Lennar here for Elmwood Estates 2, acceptance of performance guarantee for the erosion control, and then also the acceptance and execution of inspection and testing agreements.
Again, Paul, we're
All good.
okay. We're on a roll.
Yep.
I'll move for further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
You too. Andrew Roth for SRS Distribution on Sayre Court.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. What are we doing?
We're looking for the acceptance of the performance guarantees, the execution of the inspection and testing agreement, and execution of the grant of limited drainage easement for our project.
We've got just a couple conditions on the memo that you gave us.
Right, they had provided copies, and then they were going to get us the originals once the review was complete. I happened to be out on PTO last week, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but we still need to get those originals, but they're in order.
And the report. Okay. So subject to those conditions.
Yeah, yes.
Is there a motion to approve subject to those conditions?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Mr. Cleveland.
You want to switch to sharing, so it's off that, please.
We're good. Okay. Good evening, members of the board, Pete Cleveland, with offices at 9785 Cross Point Boulevard, Indianapolis 46256. Appearing on behalf of Swartz Crossing Development concerning the Swartz Crossing. On the materials you have, and then up on the screen is an aerial photograph of the subject property. It occurred to me that some of you are very familiar with this intersection. Some 25 years ago, when the intersection of Stones Crossing Road and South State Road 135 was a four-way stop sign. Kevin, I believe I was before you regarding upgrades to the El Dorado, Force Main, and lift stations.
It's been a long time.
And Jeff, I think you were handling development plan approvals in Johnson County. So that was with regard to the Stones Crossing Commercial Center in the southwest corner of the intersection. And then we're here
tonight to report to you regarding progress and some issues on the Swartz Crossing development in the southeast quadrant. And that's the main body of land photographed in that aerial photo. We were alarmed to learn as a result of your July 7 meeting that there was a motion made to draw down on all performance letters of credit in a total of over $1 million because of some concern about what are punch list items on the infrastructure development. And the infrastructure development has occurred in 2 phases over this 97-acre site. The east or west phase to begin, and then the east phase, and that's taken nearly 10 years. But as you see in the written report, page 3, there's much progress here. This is not a floundering development by any means. Some of the on-site developments to come, there's the ARC, a faith-based indoor youth sports facility on lot C1, which doesn't ever show up. That's right there. That's a development plan review. Fujiyama Steakhouse is under construction on lot 6. There is a retail development and a development plan review here on what will be lot A2 or A3, and then another retail center, multiple buildings on the balance of block A. And we would expect those projects to be initiated over the course of next year. And then, of course, off-site, we got the Brewburger and Stone Creek development. That's across the street from the block E of the Swartz Crossing development. And then over on the Stones Crossing Commercial Center, the crew car wash is under construction. And Slick City, an indoor recreation facilities to be going into the former marsh. I don't know if that comes to fruition over the course of the next year. On the following page, page 3 of the report to you, I have some detail regarding the punch list that Jeff Weaver prepared to itemize some of the work that is to be done. And I have to say that Jeff and Paul guard the interests of the city very carefully. And I can't disagree with any of the comments they have regarding unfinished work or some flawed work. Disagree a little bit about asking to have the letters of credit drawn down because we're in a punch list situation.
Why don't we just put that to rest right now? We misinterpreted the date for the drawdowns to be 2025 instead of 2026. So I think I would entertain a motion to rescind that drawdown request that we would do in July 2nd.
So second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So that.
Thank you very much. I think
I think that was our.
cuts off a
Yeah.
long-winded presentation to you. My apologies.
Well, we didn't mean to do that to be, appreciate to hear. I did have a question. The ARC, is that Mr. Marlin's?
Yes. Okay, very good.
And just in time for Mr. Schwartz to stand in and say, okay. We should let, we should
Richard, all that
let
you
you
do, thank you, and we'll be working hard at fall.
Okay.
Complete these items.
Looking forward to that project.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Scott. If anyone from the audience wish to address this?
He's got
He's got the old.
he's got the old one.
Who do I have?
Stuart Morrow.
I don't have that. Okay.
On even.
Public gathering, Ty, you gonna do it? The 300 South Madison. Okay, I'm sorry.
Stuart is on the line with us, so.
Okay.
Basically, they're just asking to have a public meeting with sound amplification on Sunday from 5:30 PM to 7 PM.
Any noise issues or?
No, I did talk to Sean about this already. And he actually has already talked with the police department. They just said that he can come through Board of Public Works to get the waiver. So they didn't share any issues with me. And it's gonna end late or early enough in the day that it should impact anyone. You know,
And that's
who
gonna
might
be on,
useful.
you say a Sunday?
Sunday, yes.
This coming Sunday?
This coming Sunday, yes.
I guess it doesn't matter what the purpose of that public gathering is. You know how many people? Is it a parking lot? Is it?
Their estimate was 150, but Stuart claims are better as to.
I think he's muted.
No. Stuart, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay.
We're just wondering how many people you anticipate.
Yeah, we're expecting between 100 and 200. I'm coming as somebody from First Friends Indianapolis Quaker Church. So we'll have a couple of musicians from our church. We'll have an opening blessing. We'll have a few speakers and then a closing blessing. We're just asking to use a relatively small PA system so that everyone who is in attendance, including folks who don't hear as well as maybe they once did, can hear the speakers, can hear the music. We were planning to have the gathering, there's public parking there. There's like a grassy knoll outside of the Greenwood City building that had, last time I was there, it had a picnic table on it. So we were just planning to have it there, and the PDA would run off a small gas-powered generator.
You have enough space for parking in that many cars for that many people?
Yeah, we'll have folks acting as marshals and directing traffic. And if we need to send people down to park at the park down below, that's sort of our backup plan if we need more public parking. But I think that there actually is enough parking.
Your office, okay with this?
Yes.
Okay. Your motion for approval of this?
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Good luck. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Now, gosh. Yes. Mr. Jones, how can we help?
Chris Jones, Director of Stormwater Management. I came to ask about, to inquire about 203 Kinnick Drive. If you recall, that was the property that installed some wildcat pipes. It was kind of unclear what happened at the last meeting. So if this was gonna just continue on, is there a certain date? Does the 10-day to remove it still stand true, or?
Well, what have we heard since the last meeting?
Nothing. I've had no
They were-
emails.
We're supposed to get an engineer and
They
get
were
that.
hired an engineer, right?
Correct, that's it's.
Have they talked to Code, or they talked to
Project
Justin?
Plus.
Justin.
But no, I've not heard anything further since that meeting.
I've had staff go out after the last two rain events, and there's no water standing. So it appears that tile is functioning as designed.
The one that they had stated that was broken or
That was
something.
broken by the gas companies and repaired.
Well, somebody needs to contact them and tell them we need to hear something. You can't let this go on forever without any resolution.
I'd ask them to come back in at our next meeting for an update.
But, and then maybe we give them a specific deadline. I mean, I know they've come in here twice with just information problem. I don't mean it that way, but yeah. They need to have some new information. Because we've directed them to get an engineer and get a plan put together and present that to us. Maybe they're working on a plan, just haven't got it presented, but at least like to know what something's going on and that we're not inclined to let this go.
Okay, so would you like us to reach out then and have them come to the next meeting, do you think, or,
Well, I think,
or just get a status?
Get a status update.
yeah,
Okay.
that's sufficient. That's sufficient with you, Chris? I know,
Sure,
Chris.
I have, just kind of want some directions. They made some statements at the last meeting and it just didn't seem to go anywhere, and we haven't heard from them.
Tell them we need to hear from her, we're going to put back on the agenda for the item, the violation. Anyone else in the audience wish to address this? Either here in the building or online? Move on to Mr. Hodson.
First up, I'd like to request ratification of an outdoor lighting agreement with Johnson County Rural Electric for the state fire development. This is for 10 poles. Total cost is $126 per month. This was signed by the mayor on August 7th.
I move we ratify that agreement. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next up, this board entered an order on 3 matters, Shady Creek, Cherry Tree, and Spurlock Lane. Shauna reduced these order and findings to a written document. I think that you've shared. I believe these can be considered together unless you found a mistake in the written documents.
Trusting Sean got of everything as we have directed. Is there a motion to approve the orders and findings for all 3 of these projects?
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. We have signed this today. Next, we have. Oh, you're up.
Okay. The easement encroachment request docket. I'd like to skip the first one for now. The second 2, staff was okay with everything on those encroachments, with more or less the standard conditions. And those have been sent to the property owners prior to this meeting, so they had them in front of themselves to look at. So, and they are on the encroachment docket to be signed.
So those were with respect to 1512 Little Rodeo Place. And
1083 Sugar Maple Drive.
Sugar Maple Drive. Is there anyone here in the audience online who wishes to address these?
I'm sorry, that wishes to what?
Who wish to address either one of these?
I'm here for 1083 Sugar Maple Drive.
Okay, and you folks, I take it then our Little Rodeo
Yes.
Place. Okay, we'll do Little Rodeo Place first and explain that
It has been approved with the conditions. I don't know if you got the emails.
Yeah, we go over the parking lot.
Yeah, I don't, hopefully you're okay with the,
Oh, yeah,
the
absolutely.
comments.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll just go ahead and approve those, and you won't appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to see you, but yeah, that should be okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I move that we approve both of those requests.
Second.
Okay, rule before we vote. What's your name with respect to Sugar Maple Drive? Hello?
My name's Jen Worley.
Okay. We want to make clear that your encroachment request was approved with our standard conditions. And have you received the memo showing what those conditions are?
We did. We received it this afternoon. We do have a couple questions to make sure that we are clear on what is approved and what is not.
Okay, well, raise those questions.
So,
hang on a second. Maybe it's easier, Paul, if you would go through those conditions that you got, and then she can address if she has an issue with any of those, we can address them as necessary.
The first one is the standard that if the fence is, it needs to be constructed to allow for adequate drainage, and if it's determined by the engineering division or stormwater department that drainage issue's been created, the property owner will be responsible for correcting said drainage issue.
Is that one you had a question about, or do you understand that?
No, that's just the standard process for all fence builds, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The next
one, because there is a storm sewer along there, I think it's the northeastern property line. We put the condition there that we really would like the fence to stay 5 feet away from the center of that storm sewer. And then if they happen to cross that storm sewer, to keep all posts no closer than 4 feet from the storm sewer.
Is that something you had a question about, or do you agree with that?
So that is one of them, yes. Are you referring to the open exposed portion of the storm sewer, or are you referring to the pipe that is running down the side of our property line that's buried?
The buried pipe that's running along the side of your property. We just don't want anything placed on top of it in case, you know, that when they're doing the post, if they dig too deep and damage it, that's why we would like for it to stay off of that center line of that pipe.
So you don't want it within 4 feet of that pipe? If I'm running parallel with the pipe, you're not wanting it you're wanting it more than 4 feet from that pipeline?
Parallel, it would be 5 feet.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, say that again?
If you keep it, if your fence is running parallel to that buried pipeline, it needs to be 5 feet away from the center of the pipe.
So how wide is the pipe?
I don't know. I don't know the size. We could look at it and let you know, but
We'll locate it.
Okay. Our stormwater department said they would locate it for you and tell you the size.
Because I wouldn't know how, like, we only have 8 feet from the side of our home. With the way the backyard landscaping was already set with like there's like 25, 30 foot pine trees in our backyard. We were hoping to be able to go on the outside of the pine trees running down our property line. So if that's the case, then that would be, I mean, we would be going right down the middle of our pine trees.
Again, we're trying to protect our infrastructure. And if you happen to damage it, you would be the one responsible to repair it.
So that, like, is if we so if we determine that the pipe is, I mean, I have no idea how big these are, like 2 feet or whatnot. If we're outside the 2 feet, who determines? I guess I've never dealt with this. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Is there anyone home during the day that maybe you could speak to our stormwater department when they're out there?
Yes. I have a hybrid position, so I can schedule something at home if need be. If we just had, you know, a day or two advance notice, yes.
Okay. I think we have your email address. I can email you once I'm able to talk to the stormwater department to find out when they may be able to get out there, and then we can maybe coordinate that way.
Okay.
And one of the things, I mean, we understand you might have some concerns about that, but our concern in granting you access or this encroachment is that we can't have, there has to be protection for that pipeline. So
right.
I think with
how deep is the pipeline?
I No.
I don't.
We'll tell her.
When the stormwater folks are out there, they'll give you that information. They'll give you how wide the pipe is, so you know where the center of that is and what the distance is, and how deep it might be.
Because, I mean, it's at the way that our backyard slopes down into the retention pond, it is sunken down probably, I'm going to assume, from the top of our backyard, probably 6 feet, 7 feet from where our backyard is level at, where it's the storm drain opening is on the pond. So I'm assuming the pipe would be, further down than that, obviously, because you can hear the water run off in it at times.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to have, let's go through the rest of these conditions and see if you have problems or concerns or questions about the others.
Okay.
The next condition is if there's any work needed within that easement by any of the utilities or the city, that the property owner shall be responsible for removal and replacement of the fence at their sole expense, and the property owner further holds harmless all utilities in the city for any damage to said fence.
Again, that's a very standard condition that we put on any encroachment thing. Do you understand?
Yeah. That's completely fine. We were expecting that, yes.
Okay.
And then the last one is, we just want to make sure that Indiana 811 is notified prior to constructing the fence so that all utilities can be marked.
Yes, our contractor stated that they would notify them like 2 weeks in advance or whatnot.
Okay. Since those conditions are pretty standard, and I hope you don't take us the wrong way, but we kind of hold the cards when you're talking about encroaching into our easement. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to bring stormwater folks out there. Paul Peony or his staff will make contact with you, arrange for a time, and he can give you the information. You will also know what those conditions are, and it may determine whether or not you decide to move forward with your project. But I don't see anything that so far out of what we normally do that would not grant the condition to this encroachment request. So is there a motion to approve this encroachment request subject to these conditions?
You already have a motion on the.
Well, that's right.
First
And this is for both of them.
Yeah, the first motion was for both. If you want to split that.
Let's just do it all together. You don't know what's going to happen. Got a motion. Any further discussion? So the only discussion in this is that, Paul, you're going to get stormwater.
Yeah, I'll get with them
and help you make some decisions about whether you're going to move forward.
So I do have one question. I'm sorry. So what you guys are saying is that I do not have an option beyond being, and when we say that the fence is no closer than 5 feet from the existing storm sewer, that my fence cannot be within 5 feet of the open exposed pit of the storm sewer. Is that what you're saying?
No, this is the very pipe, isn't it?
Yes, parallel again.
Yeah.
Why don't we just continue hers, approve the other, because there's so much confusion. I'll withdraw my motion for approval. Okay.
There's been a motion to withdraw and approve on that one. We're still good. So now we're just talking about before there is the Little Rodeo Place.
I'll move for approval of Little Rodeo.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. And then we'll table further discussion of the Sugar Maple Drive matter until we can get some further information exchanged, and she can determine whether or not she wants to proceed with her encroachment request.
Yep.
Okay. Do you understand that, ma'am?
I do not, unfortunately. So am I waiting for you guys to contact me, or?
Yes, we will contact, someone from the city will contact you. There'll be some representatives from the city, stormwater, to come to your property, meet with you, get some information and explain it to you. You'll still have that memo in front of you about what the requirements are, the 5 conditions. And then you'll be able to, given the information you get from Mr. Jones or his office, you'll be able to make a determination whether you want to bring your request back to our board. So we're not, we're not saying yes, we're not saying no tonight.
Okay, so when would I be back on the agenda again?
Well, we're going to, once somebody comes out and meets with you, it can be back on, I suppose, the September 15th, which is just a shade less than 2 weeks from tonight.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Have a good rest of your evening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I'm glad we got you folks there. Okay, now, we still have Butterfly Circle, the pool.
Yes, this was on the last.
I'm sorry, was there a motion and a second on that tabling or just consensus?
I think it was just consensus, yeah.
Consensus, I have to make sure you have the record correct.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so Butterfly Circle, tell us about that.
I don't know if anybody's, yeah.
We had continued this, I think, from the
Correct.
last.
And there's
meeting.
been some revisions made and some updates, so.
Hi, my name is Jody Smithkin, and I live at 532 Butterfly Circle. So the last time we were here, the drawing of the pool encroached upon both the AES easement and the utility and drainage easement. So we have reconstructed what that would look like and moved things over as much as we can next to our pole barn that's there to get that out of it. At least the AES easement, except for some cement, which they said we could write to them, and they've actually started the process for us to get approval of that easement. So we'd be on that process with AES, and we will have that, and that's one of the conditions I know, if you approve this, that we'll have to submit that letter to you once that's completed. But the drawing, the new revised drawing, I think you have a picture of it.
It's in that packet.
Yeah.
You have it.
So it will be slightly in the drainage and utility easement. We have no utilities in the backyard. We've had 811 out there multiple times this year because we planted trees actually in the front. So there's no utilities. The size of the yard is 0.98 acres. And there is a ditch that goes around outside the fence, like a slight sloping. In 27 years that my partner has lived there, there's been no flooding, no water accumulation, nothing. It's a very, very large, almost an acre yard. And the front of the property also slopes down to the Butterfly Circle. So we've not had any flooding, no drainage issues, and there's no utilities back there. So we're asking for approval to allow us to egress into that slightly drainage and utility easement with that pool and some concrete. And the picture shows it's just a very corner of that pool that you'll see in the packet.
So yeah, the encroachment definitely is less. The pool itself is out of the AES easement.
Exactly.
And there's part of the concrete deck, which they are working with AES on. You have to get an encroachment agreement with them, I think they said.
He would already start that for
Yeah.
us. Yeah, I just didn't want her to go through, I'm with the contractor.
Right.
And yeah, I didn't want to go through and pay $300 for the encroachment, so it would be encroaching into both.
Right.
So if we couldn't get this, then there was no sense in getting the other one. You know, we've made as many concessions as we feel that we can without, you know, undermining the building that's there.
And so in the utility and drainage easement, the pool itself is, as she stated, partially in there. You haven't received any negative letters from any of the other utility companies.
No.
But the engineering division was not recommending approval, but just because of that covenant that is on the plat that says no structure shall be placed in that easement. But if you do decide to approve it within that utility and drainage easement, we have those conditions.
And those conditions would be, I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Yes,
but
yeah,
I
I
did
know.
before. You're okay with all the four of those
Yes, I
conditions?
understand them, and I'm okay with them.
We all understand what those four conditions are. Is there a motion we made?
I would move that we approve the request subject to those conditions. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you do move forward with AES, just please provide us with a copy of that executed agreement.
Yes, and do we send that back to you?
Yeah, that would be fine. And then I know you're working with our building side on the
Yeah,
pool
Mr. Crew.
itself.
Yeah, Aaron Crew is who I was.
So it probably would be good to maybe send it to Ken and Aaron also.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful.
And thank you for your cooperation and dealing
Thank you.
with the situation.
Thanks for your
Appreciate
support.
that.
Thank you.
Next is Main Street Design.
Yes, this is for the Main Street design segments 1 and 2 between Meridian Street and Polk Avenue. There's a drainage and public utility easement that is needed along the north side of parcel 19A, which is just west of Polk Street on the south side. And this is for some of the utilities to relocate prior to us doing the reconstruction of that roadway. And the document's already been signed by the property owner.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. And then the O&M manual.
Yeah, the operations and maintenance manuals, authorizing the mayor, deputy mayor to sign them for Honey Creek Farm Section 1 and Honey Creek Farm Section 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Motion passes.
Okay, and I do have one walk on.
Okay.
This is for the Smith Valley Road and Averett Road roundabout. There are 2 change orders. Neither one of them have any cost associated with them. The first one is for an extension of days because we were trying to get the detour in place prior to the school opening. So Calumet really wasn't going to start until August 4th, I think it was, but we had them out there about a week and a half early to get the detour set up before July 30th when the school is going to open. So the first one is for additional days. And then the second one is for
How many additional, how far?
I think it was 9. And this is a contract, of course, through NDOT. It's federally funded. Yeah, additional days, 9.
Okay.
How are we doing on the schedule with that?
Utilities are still a big headache. However, Calumet on that project on the Averett Road and then Milestone on the Woodman, they're both trying to continue to work and continue to move. They're not too concerned yet about not being able to be complete on time. So
What is completion, anticipated completion?
it's mid to late October. So, but we're trying their best to continue moving with all these and the conflicts. It's really frustrating.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's one change order. What's the other?
The second one is for the pedestrian crossing signals. We're upgrading some of our electronic devices for those signals. And so we wanted to use a brand that the contractor had not spec'd. And they agreed they could get the equipment that we want for those signals and not increase the cost. So that's what that one's about, to have more updated computer system for those signals.
I'll move we approve those change orders.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
That's it, that's all I got.
Anything
Thank you.
else?
Oh, and also, can you authorize the mayor to sign on those? I'm sorry. On those changes.
It's
Okay.
it's- Great. Nothing for me. Thank you.
Look for approval of the claims as submitted. I'll second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you all. We'll stand adjourned at 6:14 PM.